CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin would be a dream match of a lifetime. There's no question that these two are arguably the two best talkers in professional wrestling history, but when you take into account the fact that these are two men who have never stood toe-to-toe with each other outside of one throwaway promo a few years ago on Monday Night Raw, they were never even around for each other's careers. Stone Cold Steve Austin retired in 2003 from full-time action, while CM Punk didn't even sign with WWE until 2005. So their paths never had a chance to cross. And now that we're hearing reports that this is a possibility that we could see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk at WrestleMania or at a big-time premium live event, it has a lot of people talking, and it's exactly why WWE should do it. And I don't want to hear the talk of, well, Stone Cold's too old. We all saw what Stone Cold Steve Austin was doing with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. I don't want to hear talk about he's old, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with even Austin's limitations around doing a wrestling match. Remember, in that wrestling match with Kevin Owens, he took a bump on concrete on the outside in the stands. So it's not even a question of, is Stone Cold well enough or healthy enough to do it? It's just a matter of when it happens, and if you're WWE, when you do it. Because if both parties agree, this could main event any show that WWE puts on. And also, if we're being honest, take age out of it, take limitations out of it, take the fact that both CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin are past their prime. WWE's main source of income right now is creating content. Creating moments that people want to watch, that people will not only tune into live, but tune into for years to come. That is what WWE is. That is what WrestleMania is. The time and the age of WrestleMania being the best wrestling show of the year and being the show where all the storylines converge into this big monumental ending. That era is over. The era of WrestleMania being a pop culture phenomenon and WWE itself being a pop culture phenomenon is what we're living in. And WrestleMania 39 this past year was the perfect example of it. And I think given the fact that WWE merged with the UFC under Endeavor, we're only going to see them go more and more in that direction. And they should, from a business standpoint, because it's the most profitable thing they could do. So if you look at it from a business standpoint, it doesn't matter if these two can even put on a good match, although I'd say that they could. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the only thing that if you're WWE you're concerned with is, are people going to watch? They get paid by the numbers that they're able to draw on their weekly TV shows and on Peacock. That is it. It has nothing to do with trying to build a story even. They could have CM Punk do an open challenge where Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out at the end and accepts, and they do an impromptu match just like he did with Kevin Owens at Mania 38. And it would still be an epic moment, because not only would you have people tuning in live because of the mystique and the potential of it happening, but after the fact, you would have people tuning in to watch it again because it's that big of a moment. And you would have people who didn't watch originally live tune in to watch what the hell went down. It's a no-brainer. And on top of it all, if you're WWE and you're able to get these two in the ring in the lead up to WrestleMania to cut a promo, it will be one of the biggest moments in professional wrestling history, period. You have two of the best talkers, not only of their generations, but all time, cutting promos against each other, leading up to a big time main event match. That is something that is very rare. And once you look at that, and you look at also the fact that that would likely pop a rating for SmackDown or Raw, while WWE is still in the midst of negotiations for their television rights deals. If you're WWE, you have to do this. And on top of it all, as fans, this is something we've wanted to see. Everyone going back to that moment in 2011 at Raw when they made eye contact and they cut that promo and planted the seeds for this to happen. Everyone's dreamed of what this could be. And this really is one of the few quote unquote dream matches as far as previous era bleeding into this era left. We've seen Cena and The Rock. We've seen Hogan and Rock. Hell, we've seen Owens and Stone Cold. And I think now it's about damn time that we see CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you like that video, check out one of these other ones from Wrestle Vibes, and also be sure to subscribe.